Hey guys, gonna wing another one here. Well, no gap on ACE. This is the latest 24 hours on the ACE satellite out here at the L1 Lagrange point, 930,000 miles in front of the Earth. The gap I identified yesterday was like a 45-minute gap, and I postulated it if it comes around and corresponds to the last gaps that we've seen on, and there was a gap on a data between the ACE satellite and Earth. That's where the gap occurred on the data submission and retrieval. That 7-hour gap would reemerge around 3 o'clock today, but so far nothing on ACE. But strangely enough, we have a gap on Discover. This is the same deal. 24 hours on Discover, last 24 hours. Also sitting out here at the L1 Lagrange point. But this gap is not a data collection or entry gap. But look, there's no gap up here on the phi angle or on the... So there's something amiss there. I don't know exactly what's going on. I checked, it's not a data gap. And I don't want to bore you with me flipping over. Well, I'll flip it over. So here's the Discover ground tracking schedule, and this shows you all the stations on Earth that picks up the data from the Discover satellite. And as you can see, there's no gaps because it would appear on this no data line. So if this is in fact a gap, which I don't know, I'm kind of doubting it now since there's no gap in the data on the phi angle, which is completely out of whack still. Anything above 180 indicates a strong backside connection with a solar body behind the Earth. If the phi angle's at 180, that would be a sun to Earth connection. If it's at 0, it's Earth to sun. And they even took the 0 out of here because they aren't getting zeros anymore. They want to see what the phi angle is on the backside connection. So they bumped it up 40 degrees from 0 to 360. They put it up from 40 to 400. And I still haven't seen anybody else address this. They're still coming out with a bunch of disinfo. I saw Higher Truth channel put out a video the other day. Some BS about cosmic rays and the planet X is still way out there by the sun. And he even had a magnetopause or magnetosphere thing up from ISWA, but he didn't address any of this electron energy that was building behind the Earth as it being anything that's behind the Earth causing it. So anyway, here's real quick the ACE one. That's the one we saw yesterday, the 45-minute gap that I was postulating. We might catch the big planet gap if we wait another 21 hours, or I forget. I think it was 21 hours. But that didn't happen because we had a couple of gaps appear. Once it passed ACE a few days ago, there was a 7-hour gap and then like a 45-minute and an hour gap. I was hoping it would show up again, but so far it's a no-show. But check this out. 16, and you got to click full screen to see this really well. Just click that lower box down there, then hit allow once, then you can click it when you want to get out. 1,628 kilometers per second. That's what the solar wind's being measured inside our magnetopause. And I showed you the Fock radiation belts. They measure basically from the L1 to the L8 position. So L1 would be, here's Earth. Earth is, one radii is 4,000 miles. I don't know why they have it represented as 2 here, but anyway, so L1 to L8 would take you out around 9 or 10 Earth radii. Either way, those are the Fock radiation belts, which I'll show you. They still haven't updated them. And so what these satellites here are measuring is everything inside this magnetopause area, inside this bow shock, I would say. I'm not exactly sure how far out that they register. Probably pretty far. They're not registering anything coming from the sun, put it that way, because none of these sun numbers on wind speed, here's the wind speed, kilometers per second. You see it's down in the 400 ranges, or low 400s. Whereas in here, that's the highest I've ever seen, 1628. I looked at it this morning. We had a couple that went over 1,000, but that was it. And I didn't make a vid because there wasn't really anything else to report. So watch this. So you can see they're having a big ejection, but it's not necessarily a big plasma ejection. Although, well, there's some plasma building up. But look at all these arrows. It indicates solar wind direction. You can see they're all coming around the Earth, heading back around the planet. This is a lot of plasma building up in front of the planet, which that's not good. And it's inside the bow shock. So that's not good. You can see it sort of represented here if you click the full screen. See the purple in there? That's some serious high energy plasma radiation. You can see it out here too. This is at the 4 MeV, 4,000 or 4 million electron volts, and these two are synced. That's the 100,000 electron volts. The reason why I pull these two up is because this is when radiation becomes ionized. These electron volts, when they get up to 100,000 electron volts, they start stripping atoms or stripping electrons from atoms. And when it gets up to 3 to 10 MeV or million electron volts, that's when some serious big time gamma radiation is occurring. And so that's that there. But let's look at this solar wind speed. So look at this. So we got it at 1114. That's today at 1956 UTC. There's 20 UTC 2004. This is a 4-minute. Then wow, bam, 1628 kilometers per second. And it's not over yet. And then look, we're getting pretty good hit from here. See how the colors change to orange? So, and the wind speed does not correspond to that and the density does not correspond to that on the Discover. Around 2000, see, everything's still about the same. So there's nothing going on there, but we got a strong backside connection. See it up here? Backside connection with Nemesis. That's about when it happens, right around when this big solar wind event started. So there we got 1232, another 1698, so that's at 2016, 1498 at 2020, 1297, 2024, 1401, it's still up, 1535, 1284, 1252, then it goes back to 906, then back to 1460. So we're that's 40 minutes into the event there. 1267, 1253, 969. Looks like it's tapered off there, but who knows? So 2008, that's when it, I think, first kicked off. Yeah, 2008. So watch here. There's a 2000. 2004, there's 2008, that's when we had the big 1628. Then look at that, those field lines are getting all scrambled. So these big polar cap black field lines, they're ejecting, wrapping around They're flailing out this way. Notice how dark they're getting. I still think they're getting energy from this big planet that's coming in. How dark those field lines are. This is when the 1628 occurred. And then you can see the black field lines. Some of them are closing and becoming red, trying to ward off all this energy. But look, it's leaking around the sides now. It's getting around. And look, you can tell by these solar wind arrows. And you can see the plasma there. So I'll just step this one through real quick. Look at that, man. That's serious interplanetary magnetic instability. And there's, look at this blue IMF lines. They're just blown up. And look, see all this, still this plasma energy here? That's a 2016. There's what 2016 looks like there. And watch out here. See how it gets darker? And it's, oh, look at that, man. Look at all those blue lines jumbled together. Those are all supposed to be interplanetary magnetic field lines. They're not connected to the Earth or they'd be red. Where are they coming from? 2020. There's 2020. We got all the arrows going out now. There's a big blotch of plasma. There's some plasma there. It used to be just be one big stream of dark blue. Now it's getting bunched up here and there. Could it? I mean, my hypothesis number 2 was there's 2028. See, it's still up there high. 1401, 2032, 2036, 2032, 1535, 1284. And it looks like everything kind of getting normalized there or something. I don't know. We get all the chevrons now. There's 2040. Whoa. 2040. I get the arrows back. There's 2044. Oh man. Sorry, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it's just, I don't know if I've seen some crazy stuff on here, but maybe I just didn't step it through like this before. That's some serious interplanetary magnetic field blue lines getting all jumbled up, and we're not having a whole lot of stuff coming from the planet here. As far as, ooh, look at that, 2047. There's 2048, 2052. That's weird how we got from 2047 to 2048. And then we got the 52. For some reason we got a minute in there out of place. That's at 12:53. So that's when it started to go back. So from 2008 to 12:48. So that's 40 minutes. I don't know. Could we have been hooked up with a coronal hole stream from Nemesis to have that extended high value kilometers per second? And remember, this is all coming from these satellites at the 22,236 mile geosynchronous orbit, measuring this wind speeds in here. It's not coming from the sun. So let's step it through here real quick. This thing gets pretty jumbled up. So there's 2004. That's when this magnetopause started getting bent out of shape. There's 2008. I'll step it through a little quicker because I'm running out of time. As you can see, that thing got all spaghettied out. So I think we're getting, look at all these field lines piling up in the front of the planet. I think it's coming still. It's coming from that big planet that passed ACE on the 16th and showed up briefly a few days ago with that 7-hour data gap, which hasn't reemerged again. We'll see if it does. I'll keep monitoring it. See these field lines out here trying to get in. So I'm thinking maybe we hooked up with another coronal hole stream there. Running out of time. God bless. Peace, and I'm out.